Thank you, Rehal. So she's the president and co-founder of Safe PC Cloud. The company has its Microsoft Silver status. She has formerly served as the Women in Technology Chair, board member for International Association of Microsoft Channel Partners, Atlanta chapter, and currently serves as the Atlanta co-lead for the WIT network. She graduated from the Women in Cloud Accelerator program. She is currently a member of Cybersecurity Tech Accord, which promotes a safer online world by fostering collaboration among global technology companies. Please welcome our honorable guest speaker, Madina Ali.
Madinah, I think you are unmute. Can you unmute yourself? Yeah,
Let's
perfect.
see. Okay, can everyone hear me? I think I was
Perfect.
muted. Okay, good,
Yeah,
good.
we can hear you.
Great. Thank you all for having me. Are we able to share our
Yes.
own
There
right
is
here? Is
down.
that the share right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up arrow is
Let
the
me.
for sharing.
Okay. Um, what I'm gonna talk about, as we all know, we're in this new normal of working from home and setting up virtualization and security for our clients. And um, a few people are going to be in the office, but as we know, as we say, the new normal due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we're going to have several people work from home. So, and they're not planning on coming back to the office. And I want to talk to you all about the zero trust policy. I'm calling it, and I'm going to share this with you. Um, I'm just going to do a share screen. And we'll go here. And I'm going to just pull up what we're calling the just what we're saying as the new normal in cybersecurity is zero trust policy. And just so you know, zero trust policy is not an ad concept. It's not to advertise. It's not to try to get more business. The reality is that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, you have more and more people hacking than ever before and utilizing the web and the internet as a tool to go on to various networks and really attack networks to no end. And the whole philosophy about zero trust policy is about knowing about every device on your network. And that includes the device of an employee's personal device. And that's why we have BYOD, bring your own device policy. So for the last year and a half here at Safe PC, we have been focusing on implementing IT security policies for our clients, which includes not only how their network is going to stay secure, but also educating their employees and having a framework where they can't open every email because email phishing is a reality of how they access your network, how you access their environment. So there are 5 elements to zero trust policy that are very, very, very critical, and I've outlined them in this slide. And um, and before I go into strong authentication, which is based on multi-factor authentication, before I go into policy-based adaptive access, which focuses on IT security policy, bring your own device policy, and how all of those fall into the governance. And even before I get into the parameters of micro-segmentation of centralized networks and going a little bit beyond, and then also the adaptation of automation in order to respond, and even also the emergence of the intelligence and the AI, there are just some basic fundamentals that as IT leaders should have a part of their security platform. And I want to thank again Neha for inviting me. I'm honored to be here today because symposiums like this, Cybersecurity Awareness Month, is so critical. And where we're starting off is foundational IT security mechanisms, having the windows updated, making sure not only do you have the antivirus security in place, but you also are making sure your data is backed up, but implementing tighter security parameters in terms of monitoring the devices, monitoring the networks. And that's where zero trust policy comes in. And again, it is really a policy based upon knowing every network, employee, home base, virtual, when you log into your network, you know and understand where that device is located, where that end user is located, and making sure they're and doing your best to make sure that nothing is impacted, because as you all know, we do not live in a perfect world, and the hackers are getting more sophisticated every day. So the 5 areas that I'm going to emphasize on zero trust policy. First one being strong authentication. Ensure strong multi-factor authentication and session risk detection as the backbone of your access strategy to minimize the risk of identity compromise. So before the pandemic, we would always tell our clients, you need to implement multi-factor authentication for all of your end users, particularly to protect your email. I would say between March of 2020 up until May of 2020, that is the bulk of what we were doing here at Safe PC, making sure that all of our clients' end users and endpoints had multi-factor authentication put in place. The second component to zero trust policy is adapting a policy-based adaptive access. So as I stated before, you have your IT security policy, you have the cybersecurity framework, which we do as a baseline for training of our staff from a perspective of making sure that when an email comes in that is not recognized, they do not open that email. Making sure that their smart devices are some clients we allow their emails to be on their smartphones, some we do not. But that bring your own device policy, if they're going to use their personal device, it is important that on your network, you know where that device is located. And oftentimes in this industry, we use the remote management and monitoring tools. So the policy-based adaptive access should pull from all of your different policies where you're enforcing this consistent security policy of knowing where these devices are and that no one within the organization is compromising the security based upon policy-based adaptive access. The third component of zero trust policy is what we refer to as micro-segmentation. Moving beyond simply, traditionally, we always wanted to secure the network at the centralized location. Now that you have employees all over the world working from all various locations around the world, you need to not only have what we say business continuity or disaster recovery strategy where your data is being backed up, follow the sun, in 3 different locations for redundancy. But we're saying, hey, have your segmentation of your security at various perimeters, at various locations around the world, because your employees are distributed. So your security should also be distributed. It should not necessarily always be centralized, which traditionally it has been. And then the fourth component, you would be amazed how so many clients did not have an automated mean time to respond when an attack happened. It is time to invest in an automated alerting and remediation system to reduce the mean time to respond when an attack happens, particularly on the network, when an email has been compromised and therefore has shut down the network. So one of the areas that now we're moving into is what we call SOCs, Security Operations Center as a Service, where we're monitoring the networks 24/7 in order to reduce the mean time to respond. And then the fifth element, and one of the tools and solutions that we're using, Spin AI, which basically now is utilizing cloud intelligence and all available signals to detect, respond to access. So any software, any anomaly within that software, we get an alert now in real time. And we're able to generate the report and be able to produce that report on a monthly basis. Sometimes clients request a weekly basis, and now clients are requesting reports on a daily basis, depending on how large the organization is and how vulnerable the organization can be. And what I wanted to point out to everyone as I stop sharing my screen is I want to make sure this is an opportunity to have a dialogue, to really talk about through this symposium where we all need to be as collective IT security professionals. And I feel that zero trust security policy and the adaptation of this model will clearly get us to not to the point where it's perfect, because the hackers are always going to get around things. But I feel like if IT security companies begin to adapt the zero trust security model and within its policies, we will get closer to resolving the issues and the growing concerns that we have in cybersecurity. So I welcome at this time any questions, any clarification, and I do see a few questions here that I'm going to address. Is it zero trust and passwordless security are both the same or different? This is different. This is different. Zero trust policy framework is really looking at the whole IT infrastructure, which includes the network, the cloud-based services, and all the interconnection of those networks. It could be mobile. It could also be the virtual, the VPN, the traditional laptops, desktops, but also the Internet of Things devices. So it really encompasses everything on the IT infrastructure that is impacted through the network. How to get cloud app certified after you implement best practices? Well, there are a variety of certifications out there. There's the AZ500 security. There's CompTIA, IT security. But what I'm talking about in terms of implementation of the policy is creating a checklist where the CIO is getting that daily or weekly report on that network to make sure there's no vulnerabilities within that network. I'm talking about training your staff on email phishing and the risk involved of opening up that email. I'm talking about making sure that on a Sunday, that employee who opens up the email and he thinks it's from an employee and it's really from a hacker, that email is not being is not being opened. So I'm saying that we all have to get to a framework as IT security companies and adopt zero trust security model as a policy in order for us to collectively combat the challenges and the emergence of cybersecurity. And you're welcome, Igor. Jean, did that answer your question? Because I know you were, because there's also getting the foundation, the AZ 900, which is cloud computing, which is Azure, AWS, Google Cloud. There's several ones that do a really great job, but it's important that not only we understand the model, we understand the security policies, but we're also doing the training involved in order to ensure that this continues to happen, that type of thing.
Yeah, I think yes, you are right, Madina. Security is actually a collaborative effort between
Yes.
the IT security team, the employees itself, and the business. Because many times we try to give the best security, but business sometimes they really have some genuine concerns about some proactive steps we take. But then we have to make them understand, why we are doing this, and maybe we can reduce their pain or the hindrance they have by working with them. But it's really a joint effort, better training, better equipping our workforce with the
Mm,
proper tools, and also equipping our IT support people with the right insights, right reporting. And you correctly said
yeah.
that, yeah, monthly, weekly monitoring, stats, reports, that's all help. If you have visibility, the key is to have visibility and collaboration, I think,
Hmm.
the company.
Yeah. The other thing I want to just share with you, and I want to also invite Rainbow to join the cybersecurity tech accord. Um, and this is an organization that um, it's over 150 technology companies around the world. Microsoft, of course, is behind the tech accord, and we're a global um,
Yes, you're definitely.
organization,
Yeah, we would love to join,
and
participate. Yes.
yeah, and right now we're working on the Paris call in with the UN, and I also want to send a special shout out to Zoe Braderman, who I know works with you all, but she also works as a security consultant with us. And because of what's happened, I think we all are relying heavily on security consultants. But I encourage all of us to join these organizations that are trying to resolve um, the issues um, around cybersecurity. And I'm going to pull up a list of the signatories, and these are all of the companies that are that are members. And as you can see, ESET, Dell, Facebook, which we're getting a lot of these days, Law Toolbox, which is another Microsoft partner, Orange, Panasonic, Oracle. Um, but I think it's important that, and then we're here, Safe PC Cloud. I need to get them to upload our new logo. But it's important that, Pax8, which is another big Microsoft partner, LinkedIn, Intuit, Hewlett Packard, Hitachi, um, we've all come together and said, hey, we need to, report vulnerabilities. We need to come together with a unified policy in order to address these issues. And as you can see, one of the focus now is, of course, the IoT security. There's several resources here, publications, webinars, cyber hygiene. Each of us have to put together a vulnerability disclosure policy. So all of, and this is for example our vulnerability disclosure policy, Safe PC Cloud, and this is where we talk about our approach, and we welcome people to report a vulnerability issue. If there's something with our website, if there is something with our system and our tools, this is something that we have committed ourselves to. And I can put this link in the chat as you all learn more about it. And just as a disclosure to you all, we are in the process now of updating our website, so there's probably going to be some changes here as well. But I wanted to make sure you all understood about the Cyber Tech Accord and the vulnerability disclosure. I'm going to put in the Cyber Tech Accord, their website. So your member, the people understand, and then and let me see. And if not,
Medina, you are breaking up little.
I don't know if things have paused.
Yeah,
Let me see.
we can hear you. Maybe you can turn on camera.
Okay. Oh, okay. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Just your screen sharing got disconnected.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but your screen sharing got disconnected.
Okay. Hello?
Yes, Medina, we can hear
Can you all hear? You can't hear me? Okay, okay. I was clicking on the links, and I wanted to just put them in the chat. So I said, well, you know what? Let me stop sharing, because sometimes when you're sharing, it takes up so much energy. So but Duval, when Neha gets a chance, just send me all of your business information, and I'm gonna send the nomination over
Sure,
to
thank you.
the Cyber Tech Accord. Yes, yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So are there any more other questions? And again, thank you all so much for having me. I'm honored.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And
Thank you, Madinah.
I think this is such a great and important symposium to have.
Thank you. It's all
Thank you.
possible because of your help and your generosity.
You're welcome.
Yeah, truly.
Okay, great, 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 great. So good to see you, Nahal. I can't wait till we're back in person again,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Maybe we
Yeah.
can meet like now we are starting to meet people, so we
Oh,
can have
good.
sometimes
Yeah,
cup of coffee and
yeah. We
we can
can,
meet.
you can come over to New York, New Jersey, or we can,
Yeah, I look like I'll probably come into New York before the end of the year.
Sure.
And I will let you know. I need to come and visit with Zoe and Karan, who's also our CIO. He's based in New York as well.
Sure,
So
then
currently,
definitely.
Mhm.
you are not in New York?
No, she's in Atlanta.
I'm
Oh,
in Atlanta.
yeah. Okay, okay. I
Yeah.
remember now.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Sure, we can meet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. And does anyone want to connect with me on LinkedIn? I can add my LinkedIn profile as well in the
Sure.
chat. Okay.
I will share that with them.
Okay. Oh, you'll share it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you all. Keep up the good work, and let's continue the dialogue, and let's make a change. Let's
Yeah,
let's
sure.
let's make a difference in
Yes,
this
yeah.
industry.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
work with good, capable partners like you. It's always partners growing together, helping each other. That's
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.